Welcome back to Blake's Den. In today's video I'm going to get some new wheels and tyres fitted to my Ford 3000 tractor. So let's make a start. So why am I doing this? Well, we've got a tyre here, great tread on it, but keeps going flat, and it'll go flat in about 20 minutes after putting air in it, so that's not very good. We've got this tyre here which doesn't have great tread, is on back to front but holds air beautifully, and then on the front here we've got a 7.50 by 16 tyre. The other side's a 6.0 by 16 tyre. And this one goes flat in about once every 2 weeks. So I've got a different front to go on and two different back ones to go on. Also the back ones are about 30 inches, which is like a bit of a really random size. So I've ended up going for 28-inch ones, like off a Grey Fergie. Got a very good deal. First thing I need to do though is get this tractor running, then get some air in the tyres, and we'll move it somewhere where it's a bit better to work on it. So it hasn't run in a few weeks. We'll see if we can fire it up. So in the videos I was doing on the charging system, which I still don't think is working, someone said, oh, there's a cold start button on your diesel pump. Well, I've got a cav pump on mine. Mine is a very early 1965, is one of the first production ones, and there's definitely no diesel sort of advanced button on that. So we'll go without and see what happens. Perfect timing, it's just started raining, but we've got the battery attached, the stopper's in, and we've got nothing on the ignition circuit. So right, this battery should be fine because it was fully charged and I've had it disconnected, and just have it as a poor connection. No, I've still got nothing. So after a rainstorm and a bit of wire jiggling, I've now got some light on the dashboard, but when I go to start it, starter motors are spinning, which means the Bendix drive's not engaging. So we'll have to give that a fair old tap with something heavy and see if it'll release. A few taps with a hammer. It's alive. Still not sorted out that charging issue, but that's for another day. Whilst this is warming up, I'm going to get some air in the tyres and then we can get it moved if I can remember how to drive it. Air in the tyres. I think that one's reverse. We'll soon find out if it's not. There we are. I'm going to quickly get this moved round to an area of hard standing before the tyres go flat. I also need two hands to turn the steering. That's safely moved now. The next bit's going to be a bit boring for me, but basically I'm going to attack all these nuts with a wire wheel, just clean them up, and then I'm going to apply heat, bombs of a little torch, heat all them up, and then try to crack them off. When I was doing the front wheel over there, yeah, I had lots of problems with studs snapping. It was already two studs gone on this side, so I'm gonna slowly work my way through doing that. Just to show you what I'm doing, just getting a lot of heat in this nut. It's obviously been on there for some time, and yeah, I'll then crack it off. You can see how bad this tyre is. You can see air leaking through the rim. I can also hear it in other places, so definitely needs changing. Right, change of plan already. Those nuts are not coming off. I broke my 1/2-inch drive breaker bar. Trusty breaker bar, I've had this for years. Broken. I tried with a scaffold tube on. It broke. I also tried a 3/4-inch drive socket, and that wouldn't even move a tiny bit. It was just bending the bar. So I don't think these are going to come off anytime soon. Having said that, it's an hour later and the tyre still hasn't gone down. You can still hear the air coming out. I might be tempted to throw some gear in it and see what happens. But what I'm going to do anyway is change the one on the front, because the one on the front is too close to there. So I'm going to change that for one the right size. That's the new, in speech marks, 6x16 wheel on. Bit of a grumbly bearing at the front, but it'll do. Yeah, a bit of a size difference to the 7.5x16. I forgot I'd actually had to space it out for washers as well to get the clearance to the steering arm. So that's a lot better now. I'll get the other nuts on and then we'll drop it down to the ground, and then I want to have a look at the brakes. So while I'm here, I want to have a look at the brakes, which I think is slightly seized on. So if you look at what we've got here, it's quite a large gap here. And I don't think it should be that. I think it should be a lot closer to the floor, if you can call it a floor. It's actually rod operated brakes, so you can see the rod operates that linkage there, which then operates that bar. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to give everything a really good soaking with WD-40 and see what happens. I think it's actually done something. I oiled the mechanism on both sides, and then what I did was I got my pry bar, went underneath and lifted this pedal up, and then it definitely did move. And now if I rock the tractor, I couldn't do that before, but that's moving. And then the brake, so there's a bit of play in it and it goes firm, but then obviously it doesn't really want to come back up. So I think I just need to keep working it and hopefully it'll free itself off. Right, they're getting much better now. Not perfect, but you can bring them up and down easily. Right, I need to have a look at the handbrake as well, because that is sea solid, so I oiled that before. Let's see if we can get that moving. The handbrake's actually a transmission brake, really. It has nothing to do with the drums on the back axle. So let's see if we can get that freed off. Let's put the tractor into gear so it's not going to go anywhere. Doesn't want to lift at all, so I'm going to see if I can get a pry bar in there and see if I can get the mechanism moving. With a bit of gentle persuasion, some movement there. I'm not sure how high it's supposed to go, but I feel like it should be a bit more than just that. I'm going to keep working this and see what I can get. See what I can get out of it. Well, I have been able to get some movement out of it. I suspect it doesn't work very well. Brakes tend to be optional on old tractors. But yeah, it's better than nothing. And this tyre, 2 hours later, still holding air. I think I'm just going to chuck some tyre goo in it. We'll see how that goes. Right, let's move this back around the back because I need it out of the way, and we'll see how well it runs. So 24 hours later since I parked this up, and it's gone down, but it's not gone all the way down yet. I did check it this morning and it was alright, and then if I slacken off the valve, it still had some air in it this morning as well. Okay, pretty much none there now, but there was a hint. Psst. So on that basis, this is better than I thought. I'm going to throw some tyre goo or tyre slime into this. Got nothing to lose really, and see what happens. So I've managed to acquire some tyre slime goo stuff for free from a local farmer. It may be out of date, but we'll see how it goes. You normally have a pump to put it in, but I haven't got a pump, so I'm going to use my little oil pump, which if I kill it, doesn't matter because it's on offer tomorrow. I'm going to put that through the hole where the air normally goes. Then the other end here, I'm going to put in the goo, and then I turn the pump on, sit back and watch my tyre fill with sealant. Wish me luck. Right, let's see if this works. Pump on. I should hopefully suck them up. Check I pumped it in the right way around. Yes. Nothing coming as of yet. It's maybe too viscous for it. I'll leave it running for a bit and see what happens. Right, I'm now trying a larger diameter pipe because I think that other one was a bit too small. We'll see what this does. There we are. Forgot how messy this was. Anyway, the pump's given up. I think the keyway sheared on the pumpy bit. So now I've got a sprayer which sprays, and I'm going to spray it up the pipe and into the tyre. Problem with doing this, it is going to want to inflate the tyre at the same time, so we'll give it a go. Put about as much gear in this as I think I'm going to be able to put in using those methods. Pump the tyre up. I can only hear one tiny leak around the valve, so I'm going to back this forwards a bit, backwards and forwards, mix it all up, and then we'll come back later and see what's happening. It's now the next day. Come back, look at this tyre, and it's still up a bit. It's not full of pressure, but test it. There is air in there, so I think that'll do for me. I think we'll call that a win. Not what I expected really. I wanted to get the wheels changed, but there's no way of those nuts coming off without sort of oxyacetylene heat or an induction heater, and I don't have either of those. So yeah, they're not going to come off, and I need a massive breaker bar, sort of 3/4 inch drive or inch drive socket to get them off where I can really put the torque into them. So I think for what I'm going to use it for, this will be absolutely fine. It may go down a bit more as you use it, you know, you bounce around and have more weight on it, but if I can get a few hours out of it, that's all I need. So I'm going to end that video there. I've still got my spare wheel on the back there. It's quite a good fit, isn't it? Yeah. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. If you've liked this video, press the like button. If you've got any comments, please drop them below. I answer all of my comments, respond to everyone who asks me questions or wants to know more. And if you want to, please subscribe to the channel. It's free to do, and you'll be notified of all my latest videos. So with that, I'll leave you to it and say bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.